Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently 2:41 a.m. on this freezing cold Saturday going into Sunday. It is currently 34 degrees outside. It's windy and cold, and I am sitting at the gas station where I just filled my gas tank. It cost me, are you ready for this? $70.79. Cannot believe it. Gas is, and that is not even as expensive as gas has been lately. So just did that and filled my gas tank, and was talking on the phone to a friend. I woke up at about 1 o'clock. Alex and I went out to dinner tonight with Melissa, and we went to so Jason went to Las Vegas. He gets back tomorrow. So we were entertaining Melissa tonight. We went to Red Habanera. We used to go to that. It's like a Mexican restaurant. We used to go there all the time back in the day. And we had a fun time. This is my new sweatshirt that I got at Dick's Sporting Goods a couple weeks ago, and I haven't worn it yet. And I was like, tonight I was like, I need to put on a hoodie, like before we went to dinner. And I was like, what's a hoodie that I want to wear that's kind of cute? And I was like, oh, I forgot that I bought that one at Dick's Sporting Goods. It was in a bag. I have just a mess of stuff in the corner of my room, or corner of our room. It's like my corner though. Alex has his like couch and area where he puts all his stuff. And mine is like the corner of my side of the room. And I've got shoes and hats, and it's partly stuff that like I unpacked from trips and I put there, but I didn't know where I wanted to put it in the closet. And then it's other stuff that I've purchased and I've never worn. And this was like one of the sweatshirts. I also bought 2 pairs of shorts at Dick's Sporting Goods, like just like lounging shorts. So anyway, yeah, we went out to dinner tonight with Melissa. Alex had this like event thing that he went to with a friend, but it was only for like an hour. And so he left at like 5:30 and he was back by like 7, I think. And so when he got back, I was like, do you want to do something for dinner? And I was just like getting finished uploading my videos. And he was like, yeah, sure. So I texted Melissa and she was like, yeah, let's go to dinner. So we went to dinner at like 8 o'clock. And then after dinner, we went into the shop and like looked around and stuff. It was fun. We had a fun little evening. And then when we came back, I laid down, and it was so cozy. Alex was watching Schitt's Creek in bed with the dogs, and so I cozied up with the dogs. Boo Radley like slept right here, and I got to put my arm around Boo Radley while I slept. And Alex like held Tucker the whole time, like in his arm like this, and just like pet him while he was watching. He watched like, I don't know, like probably 4+ episodes of Schitt's Creek. The first one I watched with Alex. Like I was like half asleep watching it, and it was the episode when David is working for the blouse barn, and the blouse barn in Australia wants to come and like pay Wendy $10,000 to use the name blouse barn, and David and Alexis act like they're her attorneys. Do you guys remember that episode? I love that episode. But I told Alex, I said, one of my favorite episodes is when, like down the road, when David has Rose Apothecary and it's up and running, that he goes to that like, it's kind of like a little fair or something that they have, and he has like the booth set up and whatever with all of his stuff, and Wendy's there and she's selling stuff, and it's like almost exactly like his stuff, and she's got the guy that she's like with or whatever, and he looks just like David and acts just like David, and David doesn't see that he acts like him and stuff. That's like one of the funniest episodes ever. Like Alex has watched that. He's watched Schitt's Creek probably in total, and no lie, like probably straight through all the seasons like 4 or 5 times now. And it's honestly like one of the only shows besides like Roseanne that I could watch those episodes over and over and over again. And to think that I didn't even want to watch it when I first started watching it. I was just like, okay, Alex said this is really good, whatever, I'll watch it. But I really wasn't that into it. And it is such a great show. And the other thing is, it's so, I think this is how it's similar to Roseanne, is that the characters are so just endearing and so highly developed and so unique, But then, like, it's so hysterical while at the same time, like, so endearing. I think, like, I have ugly cried harder in that show than I have some, like, drama shows that I watch, you know? Speaking of which, I finished Wentworth last night. Oh my God, you guys. I'll talk about this in just a second when I start driving in bed. I also wanted to say I have my coffee from Dunkin' Donuts from earlier today, and then I made coffee tonight. This is from that kit that I got, or not kit, but it was like the sample pack that I got from Tuesday morning. And this is salted caramel. I have like 3 more left. I have like 2 pumpkin pies and like a salted caramel. I think I have 3 left. I think this was one of the 4 that I had left. So I have like 2 pumpkin pies and a salted caramel. So while I was like making this coffee tonight, I was like, oh, I want to get some like holiday Christmas themed cake cups for the Keurig. So I got online, you guys. I ended up spending like $80. Okay, so I bought all these different K-Cups, okay, for the Keurigs. I got all different kinds of brands. I did get just the regular, like, Starbucks holiday blend, but then I also got Starbucks gingerbread holiday blend. So I got those 2 from Starbucks. And then I got another one. I'll show them, like, in some video that I do on some channel. But I'm so excited about that because I haven't been buying like a case of Diet Coke recently. And so, you know, like I used to, like in the summer and stuff, I usually always have a Diet Coke when I drive around or whatever. And I've been making a cup of coffee more and more. I don't know if you guys have noticed it. It's like been so cozy for me, like with the colder weather, to have like a cup of coffee and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna have all these fun blends to try, you know? And they're all like different, all the flavors are different. I'm like real excited about it. So I have that, and I think I'm down to my final box of toasted graham, Starbucks toasted graham. That's like my favorite Starbucks blend. I should have bought another box of that because during the lockdown, I ended up buying like, I think like 8 boxes of it or something. I found some sale on Amazon and I got like 8 boxes of it. And so every day when I was making coffee in, you know, the kitchen with the Keurig, I would make that and put like creamer in it. And like it was perfect iced coffee. Plus that's my favorite blend of Starbucks coffee. I got some Dunkin' Donuts holiday blends too, because I like Dunkin' Donuts coffee, just like their coffee is so much, it's such a better coffee to me than Starbucks, which is so strange that I'm saying that. Like, I don't know, like for years and years, I never went to Dunkin' Donuts unless I was like doing a review for it. But anyway, I'm so excited about the K-Cups. Like, I'm so corny. Like, why is that something that I'm gonna get so excited about? I wanna make an announcement. So this video will probably be posted, I don't know, sometime Sunday. Well, so I'm going to my old sponsor's funeral tomorrow. And the funeral is, well, it's a celebration for life, a memorial. It's at 5:30. We're leaving at 4. So I'm picking up Tanya at 4. So if I can get the vlog up in time, then I will post the vlog before I leave. But if not, it'll be after. But so you might get 24 hours notice plus or more. But I want to announce this. I want to make sure that I have the exact notice to show you. Hold on a second. How do I get into this? Okay, that's not where I want to be. Hold on a second. I don't like know how to navigate stuff. Okay, that's not what I want to do. How do I change this? Switch account. There it is. That's what I want to do. Okay. So, this is a little surprise for the vloggerinos out there, okay? So, on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on YouNow, which is listed below, okay? Here's the little flyer for it that Gemma made up, which is so cute. I don't know if you can see this. Let me show it to you guys. Gemma made up this flyer. She's gonna post this in the Vloggerinos. It's so cute, you guys. Okay? That's me. And then that's Gemma, Nicole, and Troy, who are the 3 moderators for the Vloggerinos group, Peter Monn's Vloggerinos, that they started. We are going to do a little... Is this out of focus? Come on, don't go out of focus. We're going to do a little live stream on Monday night. And this is what happened. So, Troy had said that when they reached like a certain number, he was going to do a live stream, I think, something like that. So he was going to do a live stream. And so I had talked to, I think it was Gemma that I talked to. Well, I've been talking to Gemma. So I think I said something like, I can't even remember how it happened. Hold on a second. Let me see how it happened. She said, okay, that they were wanting to do a live stream. And then she said something like they would faint a million faints if I like came in there or something. And I said, oh, I would love to be part of it. But I didn't want to like take it over and have it be about me, right? And so they were trying to figure out how to like host it on Facebook and have like guests and things like that. And so I said, well, I could host it on my now because I can guest up to 3 people, which would be Troy, Gemma, and Nicole, and then myself, right? And I said, if you want to do that, we can do that. And she was like, yeah, sure, let's do that. So we weren't going to announce it at all until like right when we did it and just make it like a total surprise. And then she was like, hey, what if we announced it 24 hours in advance? And I said, yeah, that's totally fine. Let's do that. So, and part of it for me was, I just didn't, like, I wanted it to be exclusive to, like, the Vloggerinos. And one of the things that's nice about, what do you call it, YouNow, is that it's, like, so small that, like, you can kind of control when, like, if a bunch of, like, you know, people come in there and they're, like, spamming the feed, you can kind of, like, control that. It's, like, real easy to do that. So, anyway, that's going to be Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm really nervous about it, you guys. I don't know why I'm so nervous about it. Like, I'm really, really nervous about it. I'm nervous to just, I don't know, I just like, you know, like, I really do have social anxiety, and I don't know, it just makes me nervous. She sent me a message, hold on a second. So, it's going to be really, really fun. But, like, I'm really nervous about it. I always get nervous whenever, like, I interact with people, you know? And so, and I used to back in the day, like, live stream all the time. But I haven't in a long time. So, that's going to be Monday night. I'm really excited about that. We were actually going to move it to a week from Monday. But I was like, no, I think let's just do it, like, this week. And we can do it down the road again, too, if they want to sometime. I actually think I might do like a live stream on my YouTube channel, my Peter Monn YouTube channel, the night before Thanksgiving, maybe. But I have something else I might be doing that night, so we'll just see. Or maybe even Thanksgiving night I'll do it because, well, I'll be vlogging and then I'm going to go shopping on Black Friday. I think I'm going to go shopping on Black Friday. So, as of right now, that's kind of my plan. Which, God, that seems so weird that that's just, like, in a week. That's, like, a week from Friday. I can't even believe it. I'm so excited about Thanksgiving. We're having a real small Thanksgiving this year, but Alex's mom is coming with us to Caroline's, which will be so much fun. Caroline loves Alex's mom, and Alex's mom loves Caroline. They haven't, like, hung out tons, but, they haven't hung out tons, but, you know, they know each other. So that'll be really, really fun. I'm doing dinner rolls and desserts. And does anybody have like a really different idea for a dessert? Not one to make, but one that I can go buy somewhere. Like I was gonna just do like a pecan pie and a pecan pie, or like a pecan pie and like a sugar cream pie from like Jim Dandy or from Taylor's Bakery or something like that. Alex is not a big pie lover. Alex loves cheesecake. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll get a cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory, and I'll just do like a split cheesecake, you know, like where you get like 3, 3, and 3 or something like that. The thing is that since we're having such a small group, we'll have so much left over. And I think like a cheesecake. Actually, you know what? I don't even know. Like if you want to order a cheesecake. Oh, Gemma just responded to me. She's so sweet. Order. Let's see if you can order. How you do it. Order cheesecake. From Cheesecake Factory. Whole from Cheesecake Factory. Okay, here's how you do it. Oh, that's Harry and David. I was like, it is their pumpkin. Oh, here it is. What? It's $70? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That can't be right. See, here's the thing, because I would love to do like a pumpkin cheesecake. This is from Harry and David. I don't know if you guys can see it. It looks so good. Look at this. Do you guys see that? Oh my God, look at that. I don't know why this thing won't focus tonight the way that I want it to. But ships 2 days. Cheesecake Factory pumpkin cheesecake. But see, Alex won't eat that. Cheesecake Factory. Because he doesn't like pumpkin. He just wants plain old cheesecake. 6-inch and 7-inch whole cheesecakes. Order online. I wonder if you can like mix and match them. This is still Santa Clara. It's not letting me look it up. I probably could just go in there, couldn't I? If anybody knows what I'm talking about, let me know. Does it seem surprising to anybody that you can't mix and match things? There is this cake, you guys, I don't know what it is, but it's like 1 layer is pecan pie, 1 layer is pumpkin pie, 1 layer is like chocolate cake. It's like this 8-layer deal, right? Have you guys seen this thing? I've seen it on Instagram like several times, and I've wanted to order it. And let's see if I can look it up. Layered pie cake. I don't know what else to call it. It's like 8 layers or something like that. Oh, here it is! Pie Cake and Bake Shop. Okay, this is what I want to order so bad. But I know that nobody will eat this. Okay. When I show this to you guys, you're gonna die. Are you ready? Here it is, okay? It's called the Pie Cake-In. Do you see that? Okay. So, the Pie Cake-In, oh my God, you guys, it's $99. Okay, Pie Cake-In ships its legendary Pie Cake-In nationwide on Gold Belly. The creation of, okay, top 10 pastry chef in America, Zach Young. The legendary Pie Cake-In is a serious showstopper. Pecan pie on the bottom, pumpkin pie in the middle, and spice cake on top. All layered together with cinnamon buttercream and topped with apple pie filling. Wow your holiday guests or ship a pie cake into your favorite dessert lover's door. As Kelly Ripa said, this is pretty much the greatest thing that has happened to me besides the birth of my children. We think you'll agree. What started as holiday dessert special for a New York City hotel has turned into a certified pie cake-in phenomenon. Known as the Dunkin' of cakes, this epic 4-in-1 layered dessert led to a pumpkin puree shortage in New York when it was born in 2015. Created by renowned pastry chef Zach Young, the Pie Cake-In is produced in limited edition flavors and is a favorite of celebrities like Kelly Ripa. Chef Young was named one of the top 10 pastry chefs in America in 2015. The Pie Cake-In has been featured on Oprah's O List, and Chow Hound named it the most epic holiday dessert of all. Oh my God, I might just have to splurge and make everybody's holiday and do something really fun and get the Pie Cake-In. That just is so expensive. You guys, they have some amazing desserts on here you should see. It serves 12 to 16. Like, we do not have that many people. Okay. Next possible. Huh? Okay, let's add to the cart and see if we can even get it. I don't even think you can get it now. I mean, that's a lot of people. We're gonna have like 5 people. 7 people, and I'm gonna order this cake for 16 people. And nobody, and this is the thing, is that nobody will really care. Or I would try. Let's read some. What do you guys, so give me some suggestions on desserts. If you guys have any. I want to do something different. Life's short, right? Okay. Let's read some more of the comment. Let's read some comments. I'm going to read comments that people, okay. Marlo said, so excited about the contest. How much fun. You're awesome, Peter. Thank you. Thank you. Bobby said, love you too, Peter. The contest is a very sweet idea, Peter, so thank you. I'm very excited to see all the cozy applicants. I absolutely love Christmas and cozy wintertime. Yay, me too. Charlotte said, much love to Peter and our wolf pack. Yay. Okay. Russell said, I'm a vloggerino. It's such a happy place. I also love the Facebook. Only on it now for the vloggerino. Oh, see, just like me. Oh, Team Clark. Look at that emoji they put. It was like, oh, it's a snowman emoji. I was like, it looks like a puffy jacket. So, Paralympic Games said, I think the vloggerinos should know that there's at least 51 people in your Facebook group that are actually trolls in Peter's, this gossip site. They are taking screenshots of y'all's posts and making fun of you. They're engaging with you guys as real vloggerinos, but they're not. Beware. And someone said, no, they better beware. Vloggerinos don't play. And somebody said, well, guess what? Be prepared for feel good, cozy Christmas cheer all day, every day, because we're too much. And someone said, how sad. Having that much hate in your heart must be heavy. I hope some positivity rubs off on those grumpy individuals. I mean, you know, listen, when I was asked, oh, it just started snowing. Oh my God, and it's like big flakes. Oh, I love it. Can you guys, well, it's just like, it's not tons yet, but when I talked to Gemma originally about it, and I said, I mean, I'm not stupid. I mean, this is the thing, is that there are people that just like, they thrive on bitterness in their heart, and I'm the biggest joke to them in the whole world. And hey, listen, I get it, okay? Fine, that's fine. And I said, you know, like, here's my thing. Like, you're gonna get people that are gonna not like me in this group. They're gonna come in and they're gonna join and they're gonna act like, you know, that they like you, or that they like me and they like you and they like the group, and that's just not gonna be it. Like, they're just gonna be totally trolling. I'm not stupid. I've been doing this for a long time now. Not to mention that I don't think it takes anything but common sense to figure that out, right? So they're making screenshots of the posts and they're making fun of people. And you know, what a sad life that is, that there are people that are actually enjoying, you know, like reading a cozy mystery or decorating their house or showing pictures of their pets or sharing things about their life, their loved ones, and that somebody has to take a picture of that and make fun of it. Have at it, you know? Go make fun of it. That's what you need to do. I mean, like, really, it's kind of sad to me. But basically what it says is you're not making fun of me in that moment. You're making fun of other people that, like, they're just sharing parts of their soul. Like, that's a really sad person. But, like, you know what? I'm very aware that there's very sad people out there in the world. I've long since stopped trying to battle that. I'm like, have at it, you know? Go have at it. It's not going to stop any of us over there from having a good time and enjoying. And I can tell you, it probably will not slow down any of the vloggerinos. And, you know, and I would even say, hey, if you know who those people are, and you know who's screenshotting it, then send the names. But it doesn't really matter, because even if you did that, they just create new accounts. So just let them have their fun with it. Let them poke fun, and if that's how they find enjoyment in this world, that's okay. They got to do what they got to do, right? You know? I don't get it, personally. I just really don't understand it. But am I surprised? No. And the thing is, 4 years ago, 5 years ago on this vlog, that's like something that would have eaten me up and consumed me, you know? And it's like, I was even like at dinner talking about this tonight to Melissa. We were just talking about like, so I shared this thing on, you know, in the vlog about the dog organizations and whatever, you know? And Melissa's the one that, you know, interacts with this dog organization, and she was like, thank you so much, you were like really helped. And I said, you know, in the past, I'm always like so worried what 10 or 51 people are gonna say, that I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna like shout out my friend's organization and try to help them in any way. Isn't that sad? Or like, I'm not gonna post pictures of my friends, or I'm not gonna post pictures of my sponsor, who could care less if her picture's out there or not. Or I'm not gonna post pictures of my nephews, because God forbid somebody say something, you know? And I'm so at a point anymore where I'm like, I don't care. Say what you wanna say. I'm gonna post my stuff. I'm gonna talk about my life. And if you have an issue with that, and you feel like it's like, you know, fodder for making jokes, make jokes with it. Like, that's okay. That's okay, you know what I mean? Like, I put myself out there for it, but I'm not gonna, I can't protect the world anymore, and I can't protect myself, and I can't protect my friends and family anymore, you know? And listen, and there have been some people out there that have been like really evil and cruel about some stuff, you know, and I'll deal with it when it comes my way, but you can only do it so much. I wish you guys could see the snow that's falling, because it's like not tons, but it's just kind of like lightly snowing, and it's really pretty. So, you know, I think that what makes me the saddest about that is that if I had to guess, that who is gaining more happiness in their heart. And see, even saying stuff like this, they take this and they turn this into a joke. Because this is the kind of stuff that people that are unhappy love. They love that I'm sitting in a video talking about them. And in the past, people would say, don't talk about them. Don't give them the attention. Here, have it. Have all the attention you want. Take this and turn this into a joke on your site. I really don't care. I really don't. Like, talk about it all you want. But the really sad thing about it is, I can guarantee you that the people that are over on the Vloggerino site that are getting excited about decorating for Cozy Christmas or sharing about their husbands and wives and their dogs and whatever are by nature probably much happier people than the people that are poking fun of those people. That's just the reality, you know? Because you're talking about real, genuine, kind, compassionate souls that are over here just sharing from the bottom of their heart, you know? So, I don't know. I guess you, at the end of the day, got to decide who you want to be. I know who I want to be. Okay, so let's go on and see what else is on here. Morgan said, you've been heavy on my heart for the last few days. I hate seeing you like this, and I pray that you're able to find comfort soon. Thank you so much, Morgan. I don't know what happened. Like, I woke up today, and it was kind of like this total change, you know? Like, I felt, I just felt like a lightness in my heart. Like, I didn't, I'm just still really struggling, but like, it's like each passing of each person like has affected me in a really different way. And then I think watching Wentworth last night, which is so silly, but oh, it's gonna stop in like 30 seconds, hold on. But I think watching Wentworth last night, and it was the end of an era, like, watching that show. I mean, I've watched it for, like, I don't know, like 8 years or something. I can't remember how long I've watched it. Maybe I just started watching it. I was trying to think about this last night. Maybe I just started watching it, like the last 5 years. But anyway, I've been with these people through, like, 10 seasons, right? And so, I was watching it, and it's gonna stop. Hold on a second. Okay, it's probably better that I catch it, other than having to let it run out and get back, right? But anyway, I was talking about the end of Wentworth. So, you know, years ago, it ended so absolutely beautifully. It was so beautiful the way that Wentworth ended. And, you know, years ago, when I watched the end of Lost, and I know a lot of people didn't really like the end of Lost, but I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was just like super well done. And I don't know, the end just really, really resonated with me. And so this one did too. There's a moment at the very end where like Vera is watching something. Vera's like, you know, the person that was the warden and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, she's like the main character of the show for like all the seasons. And there's this period, or this part, where she's like looking at something and she smiles, and it's just like the perfect ending. I just thought it was the perfect ending to the show. So anyway, it's over. Yeah, I just also want to say, just thank you so much, you guys, for like all of the really, really nice comments and things that you guys said about just in the last, you know, couple days of just me getting through stuff and struggling and all that kind of stuff. I just really, really appreciate it. And, you know, I got several comments from people saying like, you know, I hope you're doing better and whatever. And, did I say something about this earlier? I don't even know if I said something about this earlier, but like, I woke up today and I was just in a completely different headspace. Was I talking on the phone? I was talking on the phone about this earlier, so maybe that, or maybe I mentioned something about it on here earlier. I don't know. But anyway, I woke up and I was in a completely different headspace today. You know, and I don't know if it was, I think I was just talking about that with finishing watching Wentworth. But like, I don't know. I had peace in my heart today, and, you know, I think going to my friend's memorial and funeral tomorrow, or celebration of life, will be cathartic and healing. And to see all the people that, I mean, I know Tanya was telling me, like, she was like looking at like the list of people, and she was like, there's like 80 people that we know that are going. I can remember when my mom passed away, and at her viewing, like the first whole line of people that came through at her viewing were all people that were from my home group. And I remember it just was like so emotionally overwhelming, you know, and it's just a real honor to have been connected to somebody through sobriety. Like, it just is really like a cool thing, you know. And I mean, we share just like real deep stuff with each other. And the last couple days with like the people that have passed away, I found myself kind of like being in my head, like, and this is interesting because this doesn't really happen to me, like with my aunt and uncle, my mom and stuff. Like with my mom, I just was kind of numb for so long, but with friends of mine that have passed in the past, and like I said, you know, like I mean, loss is nothing new to me, but I found myself just like making a cup of coffee in the kitchen, lighting candles, you know, like getting ready to go to dinner or whatever. And it's like, all of a sudden, it's just like in my head, I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe they're gone. Like, this is just surreal. And, you know, I was really thinking a lot about it. I was like, was I really like, because it was, you know, several people that I knew that passed away, but like, how I knew them and my relationship with them and all that kind of stuff was so, like, different. Each case was so completely different. To be honest with you, like, I don't think that's why, like, it hit me so hard this week. I think that's how it seemed at first. I think it felt like, wow, like, this is a lot coming my way, you know? But I think I was already just, like, emotionally stripped bare, having gone through, like, my fear of Tucker and his health issues and stuff like that. You know, and here's the thing, in talking about that, it's like, you guys, we're just coming up on two years of PP passing away. I mean, it hasn't even been 2 years. You know, the week of after Christmas will be 2 years. And I don't even know that I am completely, like, well, I don't know that I'll ever be, but I don't feel like I've, like, healed a whole lot from that. Like, I still really, really struggle with the PP stuff. And so does Alex. Like, I think one thing that has come from all of it, that I'm, like, all over the place in my head, that I've really realized is that, like, I don't know that I really realized this when I had, like, 3 dogs, because they kind of ran as a pack, which was kind of funny. But now, it's like my relationship with each dog is so specific and unique. Like, I always knew that. Like, I always knew that, right? But, like, even more so now. Like, the way I interact with Tucker and Boo Radley are so completely different, and they're so, like, Tucker has been so, like, attention-seeking lately, and I think the more attention we give him, the more attention he needs, and so we've been giving him a lot of attention, so he comes over and he's like this constantly, you know. It's real sweet. And, you know, Boo Radley's just like this little baby, but Boo Radley seems to be very attuned to Alex and I's emotions. Like, if we're crying about something, like, Tucker kind of goes and lays at the end of the bed. Boo Radley comes over, like, right on us and starts, like, licking our faces. Like, I think Boo Radley, like, he really is in tune with, like, he's an emotional caregiver kind of dog. But he's just such a little baby, too. It's so funny. He just gets in, like, the tightest little circle he can to sleep at night. But, you know, it hasn't even been 2 years yet. And I think, like, I've still so struggled with losing PP. And, that little dog, I mean, had such a personality and such a presence that his absence has been really remarkably noticed in our home. And so then to find out that Tucker has the exact same thing, and part of it, as you know, if you've gone through this, you know, and thank you for all the comments and the messages. I mean, so many people have shared their stories with dogs and cats going through similar things, right? But the one thing that is completely in common with all of it is you never know how long you have with them, right? And so it's a waiting game. And the thing is, like, we were talking about this tonight at dinner, it's like, with PP, like, PP was really good until he wasn't. Like, it was literally, like, a couple weeks before. I mean, he just kind of, like, it was bad. Like, it got really, really bad at the end. But, like, we didn't know that. I mean, literally until the week of Christmas. We didn't know that it was really that bad, you know? He was doing really well. At least from what I remember. I don't know, maybe if I went back and watched vlogs, I've said something different. But that's how I remember it. I mean, I knew that progressively things were getting worse. But, you know, and that's just consistent with a lot of my friends and the dogs that they have had that have passed. It's like, they're doing really, really well, and then it's just like one day they're not doing well anymore. And it's like, so I think on the heels of that, I think on the heels of some other emotional stuff that I've got going on in my life that's, like, real personal and private, with, like, people in recovery and all that kind of stuff, it's like, on top of that, you know, then it's like boom, 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 like, all this loss happens, right? And it was kind of like I felt like I couldn't come up for air, you know what I mean? Like, I could be like, you know, and then it's like I was going down again. You know, it's like that. It's like each emotional thing, I was like, okay, take care of yourself, put one foot in front of the other, make sure that you're okay, talk to your sponsor, share at meetings, you know, pray on it. Like, all the things that work for me, all the tools in my tools box I was doing, right? But then it just felt like boom, 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 you know? And it was just like, gosh. And, this was really hard. And I don't think I'm unique to that. I think it would be hard for anybody, you know? And I think if you watch my videos enough, you know that I'm a believer that you work through the pain. You don't get over it. You don't move on, but you work through it. So at the same time, I'm like, you know, in my head, like, just processing how I feel about all this stuff. And it's just a lot, you know? And so... yeah, it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. But today I woke up and I felt a lot better. I don't really know why. But I went and did a review at Dunkin' Donuts. Did I even talk about what I did today? I went and did a review at Dunkin' Donuts. And then... did I talk to Caroline on the phone? I talked to Caroline on the phone for a second. She was going out to dinner with some friends. And then I got my coffee from there too. Did a review of the white mocha hot chocolate. Oh my god, it was so good, you guys. And then I went to... where did I go after that? I came home and I filmed a drama video and I filmed a Peterisms videos, and I got those filmed. And I was just like watching this guy that's working in here. He's super nice. And they have like coolers, you know, that go like this, where they sell like, you know, all the like the drinks and the milk and the sodas and all that kind of stuff, right? And he just like opened this door and like walked out of it. And I was like, how did he just walk into where all the soda is? And it's like, apparently that's like where the door is to the cooler or something. I've never seen it there before all these times I've been here. It's right next to where I get iced tea. And he just like, he's like stocking stuff in the same, I'm looking at him, he's like stocking stuff in the same door right now. Anyway, life is good. It's hard, you know? All of this is part of it. Like I talked about the other day. We had fun at dinner tonight. That was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing. Oh, man. Okay. Let's get driving a little bit. I was going to sit here for like 10 minutes, and I ended up... I was reading comments, wasn't I? Anyway. I wish it would like really start snowing. It's just like spitting, like these big flakes. I wish it would really start snowing. November 14th, first snowflakes hit the air. I don't think we're gonna go to brunch tomorrow because I have to leave the house by like 3:30 to make sure I get Tanya in time, because this place that we're driving to is like 45 minutes away. And so I have to get dressed. She said it's not like super formal. So, because I was like, well, I don't know that I like what I want to wear, and it's kind of warm in here. I was like, do I need to like wear a suit to this? And she's like, oh, no. She was like, this is like a really like relaxed celebration of life thing. She was like, why don't you just wear like like black jeans and like sweater or something. I'm actually gonna wear, I think, these black jeans that I have, and then this Ralph Lauren button down that's black, and then I just got my Doc Marten Chelsea platform boots that came in the mail. I think I'm gonna wear those tomorrow. I have a pair of like really nice dress shoes. I was thinking about wearing those, like black dress shoes, but they're super uncomfortable. And I know I'll end up getting blisters if I wear them. And I want to be like comfortable because I don't know like if we're gonna go out to dinner afterwards with a bunch of people. I don't like know what'll end up happening, you know. So I don't think really Tanya does either. Although she was really, really close to him. She used to travel with him a lot to Florida, and she and her sponsor and our friend that lived in California and my old sponsor, they used to go to Florida a lot because he had a boat that he kept down there. And Tanya was super, 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 super close with him. So this guy that he's been friends with in recovery has been like texting Tanya everything, like telling her about like what all this is about. So I don't know. I think it's just going to be like a lot of people getting up and kind of sharing stories about him and stuff like that, which would be really nice. He would have loved that. He was such a storyteller himself, you know. So that's tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to make any videos or anything tomorrow. I think I'm just going to spend the day kind of dedicated it to him and thinking about him and stuff. Alex was so sweet because he's got this stuff planned for tomorrow, and he had asked me earlier in the week if I wanted him to go, and I was like, baby, you don't have to go if you don't want to. And I thought Tanya's husband would go too, because Tanya, you know, Eric and Alex both knew him, not super well, but from like having gone to the lake in Tennessee and stuff like that. And I mean, he was my sponsor like right when I met Alex. He was my sponsor, and so I didn't know if they would want to go or not. And Alex was like, yeah, I can go if you want me to. Like, he had something planned tomorrow that he had planned for a while, and he was like, if you need me to cancel it or whatever. And so tonight, like on our way home, I was like kind of talking about like what our plans are tomorrow and stuff. And he was like, babe, he was so sweet. He was like, are you sure you don't want me to cancel and go with you guys? And I was like, no. I said, and I know this is going to sound so crazy, but I was like, I think Tanya and I just kind of want to go and like tell stories ourselves in the car on the way there, and just kind of honor his memory in our way, you know, and get a Starbucks and just kind of talk about him there on the way there and on the way back, you know. Tanya Jean and I have been to a lot of funerals, just the two of us. For years and years, like well, I was actually thinking it, you know, our group has completely split up, and a couple people went back out, and you know, he had lived on the south side, so he wasn't coming to, like, you know, meetings on the north side anymore, so we weren't seeing him. And another one of our friends like moved out to California, like one of our good friends, and it just kind of like slowly over a year, you know, our group just kind of like that we were like super intense, hung out together, like we kind of it just fell apart to the point where I'll never forget. Tanya and I were sitting out there one night playing this game. We were playing this headbands game, and Tanya was like, I can't believe it's just us, like we're the only ones left. And you know, I was thinking about that. I was like, back then, like we would all be over at Tanya's house, like Tanya would be putting a spread of food out, and we'd be ordering pizza, and people would be running to the gas station to get fountain cokes and cigarettes, you know, and we'd be like sitting there playing all of his favorite music and telling stories, and that would go on for 2 days, and we'd run home, and some of us would sleep, and some people would stay on Tanya's floor, and that's just how we did things, you know, and I was thinking about, like, that was my life for like 5 or 10 years, you know, like we were really in it, you know, like, and, going to so many meetings together, you know, and just, you know, and there was some of us that had a lot of time, and newcomers that just walked through the door, and, you know, somebody was always sponsoring somebody and bringing them along, and, you know, and I was thinking about that. I was thinking, you know, like, that's how it would have been had he passed back then. Like, we would all be over at Tanya's right now, you know, and fire in the fireplace and laughing and telling stories and crying and stuff. And it's like, that's not our group anymore, you know. And I do feel like, I mean, I have so many friends in sobriety, but I feel like I need to get like a closer, like, I have kind of like 3 or 4 girls that Tanya and I are real close with. Plus my sponsor, and I'm so grateful for them. But, you know, it's different too, I think. Like, I'm at a different age. You know, back then, like, Tanya was younger than I am now, you know, and we were all younger. And I think, you know, you get older and life goes on, and it's like, people aren't just hanging out on patios, you know, drinking coffee and fountain pops till 2 o'clock in the morning. Trust me, I would love it. I would. But it's just like, it's not how life works, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, it's just like a lot has changed, and it makes me sad. And it was an era, you know, and this is, and in his passing is kind of the end of an era to some degree. It's like, I can just see him walk in, and he had this guy that he sponsored forever, and this guy was like super good looking, and we all like crushed on him. Like, oh my god, the women had this nickname for him. He was such a nice guy too. And so he would always, like, they would walk in, you know, and we'd all sit outside on Tanya's patio. She had like this big, she'd decorate the patio every summer, you know, put up her awning and her, you know, fire pit and chairs around the fire pit, and there we would all sit, you know. He'd come out there and he'd tell stories, and his stories are just always hilarious, you know. And you know, then of course it'd be like 2 people off in a corner talking about something, because there's always, like, you know, when you're in recovery, something serious is going on, you know, it's always like that, you know, and somebody, you know, calling, and then, like, you know, somebody needing us over at somebody, you know, so-and-so drank, and we'd all go over there, you know, and it was, we did the deal, you know, it was real. And I, like, slowly over time, like, lost all those people, you know? And it just seems weird to me. It's like, now it's like, I'll call Tanya and I'll be like, so, you know, are you wanting to go to so-and-so's funeral? And she'll say, yeah, like, you know. If I even told you guys how many funerals I've gone to, like, in the last, I don't know, since I've started this vlog, that I've never even mentioned, because it's been, like, friends of mine that are sober and stuff, and I just am like, you know, it's a private thing, I'm not gonna even get into it. And you know, just call up Tanya and I'll be like, are we going? And she'll say, yeah, like, let's go, you know, like, this is, we need to go, we need to suit up and show up. And this is different. Like, this feels like, I mean, this was like, these are, it's always people we know and people that we're close to with some degree, but, like, I mean, he was like part of my inner circle. He, like, saved my life on some level, you know? I mean, I don't know, it's a different world today. And this is where I say, like, I don't like change, but, like, I've gotten used to change and accepting change, but I still don't like change, right? Like, I don't like that. I mean, I guess I don't know. Like, you know, like, what were we supposed to do? Sit around a bonfire for the rest of our lives for the next 50 years? And, you know what I mean? Like, mean, I think if I looked at that time, what was specific to that time was that, like, you know, like, it was always at Tanya's, and Nick was growing up, and Tanya's husband was 10 feet away inside watching TV in the recliner, you know, and I was either, you know, out of a relationship, or my boyfriend was there in the past, because it was with my ex, or, you know, and my boyfriend before that, like, he worked every single night, like, he had a second job, and he didn't get home till, like, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I sometimes forget that, so, like, I would, like, he worked at the Marriott doing a room service, so I would, like, be over at Tanya's, like, every night, you know, back then, and then, you know, our one friend, her girls were so little, and her husband was sober too, so when she would go to bed, or when her girls would go to bed, that's when she would, you know, they were usually in bed by the time that she went to a meeting. She'd tuck them in and go to bed, you know, and then, like, 3 nights out of the week. And then there were always, like, young girls that Tanya was working with, you know, that she was sponsoring and whatnot, and and that was part of what was, I mean, they'd always be like, we're making a gas station run, who wants anything? We need candy and we need Red Bulls, you know, and they'd be like running to the gas station to get a pack of Newports, you know, and some candy and Fountain Pops and Red Bulls and Monsters and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, then they'd sit there and, you know, 3 of them, they'd all be like under a year sober, and, you know, 3 of them would be like, Tanya, can we sleep on your floor tonight and watch movies? And Tanya'd say, yeah, that's fine. And, you know, and they were so sweet to Nick and stuff, you know, and so they'd, like, order a pizza, and then they'd sit with us out by the fire, but then they'd, like, you know, they'd put blankets on the floor and stuff with the dogs, and then watch some movie, you know, and we'd all be sitting out there having adult conversations, and, you know, it was just fun. It was a different world, you know, but, like, I look at that and I think, like, I mean, at some point it had to end, right? Like, and I don't really know where it started. I think it started with, I don't know. I really don't know. It kind of, like, collectively all happened, like, in the same year, honestly. Like, coffee is still so hot. I think it really had a lot to do with, like, several people going back out, and then I think it had a lot to do with people and their, like, proximity to where they lived. One of our friends, like, she was kind of the glue. She's the one that moved away to California. I mean, Tanya was always the glue, but she moved to California, and then my sponsor, he stopped coming to the north side as much, and yeah, I mean, it just was, then all of a sudden it was just Tanya and I were like, how did this happen, you know? Not to mention, at the same time, like, we had real personal stuff that was going on too, you know? It's like Tanya and I had personal stuff in our lives, you know, that, like, breakups and marriages, and, you know, I mean, it's not like, I mean, during all of this, I started YouTube and 6 channels, and, you know, Tanya did this, and her son was in the Marines, and, you know, graduated from college, and, you know what I mean? It's like all that, like, life, like I said, life goes on. It continued to, you know, all this stuff was happening, you know, at the same time, and so, I don't know. Maybe that's what makes it so precious, right? Like, this is the hard part for me, is that maybe what makes it so precious is that it didn't last forever. Maybe if it lasted forever, I never would have known how precious those years were, you know, and look back on that and just be like, wow, what, you know, what an era that was. Like, what a cool time in my life that was, that I got to be part of all of that. Because it really was a cool, you know, cool time. And, and I'm still, you know, like, I love my sober life today. It's just a different sober life. I think the other thing, too, is, like, you know, like, when I got sober, like, my first, like, several months being sober, I was with, like, sober people 24 hours a day. Whether I was at meetings, I went to this, clubhouse where I would literally go to a meeting every hour, and then somebody would take me, to Perkins, and then they'd take me home. Oh, the battery's gonna die. And I'm at the end. Hold on a second, it's gonna stop. Okay, I pulled over and changed my battery just so I wouldn't have to stop again in a few minutes. But anyway, my camera was so hot, when I was in early sobriety, it was like, it was nothing for me to, like, sleep on somebody's couch, or, like, at 60 days, somebody, like, that was really struggling be like, can I sleep on your couch tonight? Or, and, like, I just feel like we were so enmeshed in each other's lives in early sobriety. And, like, I almost don't really see that today a lot. I feel like that piece has really changed. Like, I think we're almost kind of, like, afraid. Like, I'm not, I guess, but, like, I feel like, and, like, my friends, I guess, are not, but, like, I feel like, as a society, like, I feel like we're kind of, and maybe this is just recovery that I see in front of my face, but I feel like we're really kind of scared to get that close to people anymore, or whatever. Like, I mean, I just remember back in the day, it was like, somebody that I didn't even know very well would, like, come on, you're gonna go do a 12-step call with me, which is, like, where you go to somebody that's, like, struggling, and you, like, sit down and you tell them your story and, like, share what you're going through, or what you've gone through and how you got sober, in, like, the hopes to get them sober, and I can remember, like, just, going and doing, like, these older guys that, were, like, had been sober for, like, 20 years, like, on a Saturday night, I get a call, and they'd be like, what are you doing? I'd be like, I'm just sitting here watching a movie. And they'd be like, I'm coming by to pick you up. We're going to get some coffee, and then we're going to go do this 12-step call. I mean, like, that stuff was, like, back in the day, like, those stories were, like, they happened all the time, or just collectively groups of people that, like, hung out. For a long time in Indianapolis, there was a huge group of young people that were sober together. And, like, I don't think, like, really many of those people hang out together anymore, Like, I think they're still friends, but it was, like, it was this huge group of, like, 20 or 30, like, young people that all hung out together. And I just don't think that happens as much anymore. I don't know. It's just, like, it's different, and I think that one of the things that happens is, like, I was going to say, like, when real life starts happening again, and you get your jobs and your relationships and your families and stuff, it's like that stuff kind of goes to the back burner. But that's not true, because I had been sober for a while when I was, like, sitting at Tanya's house with the bonfires and all that kind of stuff, like, I don't know, but we had some good times, man. It was really fun. I can remember, like, sitting there, like, honest to God, for, like, hours, and then somebody being like, I need to go to Walmart and get this, and we'd be like, okay, and Tanya would say, I'll go, and I'd say, I go, and then we would go to Walmart and go get a bunch of stuff and come back, and, like, everybody'd still be sitting there, and some other people would come out there, and then, Eric, Tanya's husband, would sit out there, and, I mean, most of the time we watched TV, but he came out there, a lot, and sat and stuff. And so, like, it would, like, the group would change, and it was like Tanya's was just kind of like this community clubhouse, kind of, and it just was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I remember she used to make this ranch dip that was like powdered ranch dip with mayonnaise or something. I don't know, but I used to love it. And she'd make a huge bowl of that, and she'd cut up cheese and vegetables and fruit, and she'd make all this stuff, and we'd order pizzas, and God, it just was fun. It was so much fun. And I can remember my friend Scotty would come up from Seymour, my ex's friend, and he would stay with us for like a weekend, and we would go over to Tanya's, and like we'd all be sitting outside, talking recovery and stuff, and like he and Scotty and like Eric and like, two other people be inside watching a movie, and then they'd come outside and sit with us for a little bit and stuff. Like, I mean, that was like, I don't know, it was a different generation, it was a different era, it's like, and I think it's hard for Tanya. Like, I'll say to Tanya, like, I wish we had that again. And Tanya sometimes is like, you know, I don't know. Like, that was really, it was hard for me to lose all of that, you know. And it really was, I think, for Tanya to, like, she had all of that, you know, and she was constantly surrounded by people. And I think that's why she's really developed strong relationships with the girls that work for her now and takes them on trips and stuff like that. I think, like, there's just, I don't know, it was hard. It was like, I mean, it literally seemed like it happened in a split second. And it kind of all happened around the time that I went through a breakup and my mom passed away too. Like, it was all like kind of within that year or two. Like, that preceded, like, that group splitting up preceded my mom passing away. Didn't it? Or maybe it was the year, like the 6 months after that it started. Because our one friend came to my mom's funeral. I can see her sitting out there. And I talked to her at the beginning. I don't know, just a different world, different era, you know. But then, you know, it's like Tanya and I were talking one day. This was a while ago. And I was really going on about missing those days. And, you know, and she said, I want to make new memories. She was like, F those people. No, she didn't say that. She was like, I want to make new memories. She was like, you know, I don't want to just continue to live in, you remember this? Because we do, I mean, Tanya and I, you know me, if y'all watch my vlogs, you know I remember this, remember that, remember this, remember that, telling this story, whatever. I'm real good getting caught up in the past, right? And so, same thing with all these recovery stories. My friends, like when Tanya and I are driving around, we'll start telling stories and isn't it so funny and ha 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 whatever, right? Well, part of the problem with that is that then it's like you don't really live in the present when you're doing that. I don't think there's anything wrong with telling stories of the past, but I also don't want to live there to where I don't really appreciate what's right in front of my eyes, you know, because I got a great life today. I really do. And a life beyond my wildest dreams, like I say, you know, an amazing life. But I do miss those people. I do miss those times. It was fun. It was carefree. Hell, I was 100 pounds thinner. I look good. I didn't know. I'd throw on a pair of 32 jeans and a t-shirt and call it a day with a little zip-up hoodie. I was cute. I'd go over there with my little Birkenstocks on, take them off, and sit out there. We used to, it just was so much fun. It was just so much fun. Lame fun, too. You know, price, it just didn't cost anything, you know? To sit out there by a bonfire for hours on end, and, you know, we'd all swap stories and tell stories about, you know, like getting sober, and this happened and that happened, and, you know, it was fun. It was fun. But I think maybe I'll probably run into some of these people tomorrow, some kind of, you know, I am, even in the midst of sadness, I am kind of excited to see some of them that I haven't seen in a while. I hope they'll show up, you know. Well, I've been all over the place tonight. Well, my coffee is still a little hot. I think I'm going to get off here and listen to a little bit of my audio, or my audiobook, a little bit of my cozy mystery. This one's called Motorhomes, Maps, and Murder. I think I guessed it. I think that is actually what it's called. I know it's Motorhomes is in there, and I know Maps is in there, so Murder would make sense. But I think that's what it's called. So I'm going to listen to a little bit of Motorhomes, Maps, and Murder. And, yeah, because like every time there's like a different picture of a different camper on the front, and there's always kind of like, it alludes to like a camper, a trailer, or a RV, you know, whatever. So, camper kind of thing. Anyway, all right, you guys, I'm going to get off here, and I am going to listen to that. So, now get ready for Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and, yeah, and I'm real excited. It'll be fun. So, I'm going to get off here now, and I love you guys, and I hope that you are having a magically amazing Sunday. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!